Hello guys, Clunky here. Hope you guys are doing well. And today we are going to talk about the bonus tier sets for patch 10.1 and Dragonflight. So let's go ahead and see what the bonuses are. Frost, 2 set bonus, Howling Blast and Frost. Fever, damage increased by 10%. Your Rhyme empowered Howling Blasts reduce the cooldown of Frost Worm's Fury by 2 seconds. Okay, little 10% buff. For said bonus, after consuming Rhyme 15 times, you call down Frost Worm's Fury on your target at 100% effectiveness. That sounds like a freaking massive buff for Frost DKs. Really scary to see that in PvP. It's gonna be I'm not scared about blood DKs. We don't usually see them in PvP, but Frost we see a lot of them. So we'll see, but that sounds like a big buff. Unholy, 2 set bonus, Death, Coil, and Epidemic damage increased by 10%. Casting Death, Coil, and Epidemic grants a stack of Master of Death. At 20 stacks, Master of Death is consumed and you gain 15% mastery for 20 seconds. Okay, mastery actually increases your damage for Unholy. Flat 15% increased damage. Mm, when Death Coil and Epidemic consumes Sudden Doom, gain 2 stacks of Master Death or increase the Mastery bonus to 25%. Wow, okay. It's random. That sounds like a freaking buff. Yeah. I'm really excited to see Havoc Demon Hunter. 2 set bonus. Every 200 Fury you spend, gain Seeding Fury, increasing your agility by 8% for 6 seconds. So basically flat damage increase. Each time you gain Seeding Fury, gain 15 Fury and the damage of your next I beam is increased by 12%, stacking up to 5 times. Wait, what? Freaking I beam deals a lot of damage as it is. Like you can spec Demon Hunter into increasing its damage if you target only one player. I'm really excited to see what happens. Like 12% times 5 seems like a lot of damage. Around 70% increased damage for I beam. That's pretty insane. They're gonna release a talent which actually decreases the casting time of I-beam, so it might be overpowered. I'm pretty sure this will get nerfed, okay? Let's move on. Vengeance, 2 set bonus, Soul Fragments, heal for 10% more, and generating a Soul Fragment increases your fire damage by 2% for 6 seconds. Multiple applications may overlap. Kinda good. 4 set bonus, Shear and Fracture deals fire damage. After consuming 20 soul fragments, your next cast of Shear or Fracture applies Fiery Brand to its target for 6 seconds. Fiery Brand reduces all damage by, I believe, 20%. So it's a baseline damage reduction bonus thingy. I don't know if it's gonna apply that much to PP. We don't see a lot of Vengeance or Demon Hunter in PvP. Might be good for flag carriers because there was a lot of flag carriers running Vengeance back in the last expansion. Druid, okay, this one really excited to see it. 2 set bonus, Sunfire radius increased by 2 yards. Okay. Sunfire, Moonfire, and Shooting Stars damage increased by 18%. Oh, that's kind of good. It's kind of good because instant damage, always good, you know. For said bonus, Shooting Stars has a 20% chance to instead call a Crashing Star, dealing 72% of attack power, astral damage to the target, and generating 5 astral power. As if it kind of sounds boring. It kind of sounds boring. This one is literally passive damage increase. Kind of seems boring. I prefer the actual 4 set bonus for Balanced Druid. It gives you a free Starfall or free Star Surge every time you enter Eclipse, which kind of feels a lot more rewarding than just passive bonus damage. We're gonna see, but so far it seems pretty boring. Feral. Your auto attacks have a chance to grant Shadows of the Predator, increasing your agility by 1%. Each application past 5 has an increasing chance to reset to 2 stacks. I don't really get what that means. So flat. So it's basically a flat agility buff. Uh, I kind of hate passives abilities in the game. It's kind of lame. It's kind of lame. Forced bonus when a Shadows of the Predator application resets stacks, you gain 5% increased agility and you generate 1 combo point every 1.5 seconds for 6 seconds. Passive combo points generator sounds pretty good. And also flat 5% increased damage because agility is your damage as feral. Guardian. 2 set bonus when you take damage, mangle or trash damage and rage regeneration are increased by 15% for 8 seconds. You heal for 6% of the damage taken over 8 seconds. That sounds good. That sounds pretty good because Guardian Druid used to deal a lot of damage. If it is the case in the patch 10.1, it's going to be insane. And PP, especially for Guardian, um, literally just guarding a tower node and preventing you from capping them. Um, 4 set bonus. Mole raise damage increased by 20% and casting Iron Fur or Mole raise increases your maximum health by 3% for 12 seconds, stacking 5 times. Wait. Guardian already has insane amounts of health. I would say the only weakness to Guardian is pretty much casters. Like if there's a lot of casters, it's gonna be hard for Guardian to do well. But against melees, it's gonna be insane. Restoration, 2 set bonus, rejuvenation. Rejuvenation and life bloom healing increased by 15%. Regrowth healing over time increased by 75%. Wow. Wow. 15% baseline buff right there. The regrowth is not that strong. Okay, regrowth's healing over time is kind of weak, so that's a well needed buff in my opinion. Flourish, 4 set bonus, increases the rate of your heal over time effects by 40% for an additional 16 seconds after it ends. Sounds pretty good. Verdant infusion causes your Swiftman target to gain 15% increased healing from you for 6 seconds. It sounds really good, okay? It sounds super good. Especially Resto right now is in a really bad spot. So it might bring it back because right now you only see this priests. You see a couple of shaman healers. I don't see quite as many resto druids. Okay, I don't think they perform that well currently in the patch 10.0.7. Evoker, oh let's go. Devastation. 2 set bonus, disintegrate Empire, pierce enemies with obsidian shards, dealing 12% of damage done as volcanic damage over 8 seconds. That's new, volcanic damage. So literally 12% increased on your disintegrate and your pyre. I don't really like it that much because you're gonna get kicked while channeling disintegrate. Pyre does not deal that much damage overall. So It sounds like a big buff, 12% raw damage increase, but really, um, as a devastation evoker, you don't have much time to cast that many disintegrate. If you get focused, that's GG. But we're gonna see, I guess. For set bonus, empower spells, deal 8% damage, like that, and cause the obsidian shards to become supercharged, dealing 200% more damage for 5 seconds. During Dragon Rage, shards are always supercharged. Okay, so this is interesting. 12% increased plus 8% damage uh, plus 200% damage for 5 seconds. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I really cannot wait to play my Devoker. Next patch is gonna be insane. Uh, I don't believe it's gonna be. I think it's gonna get nerfed. Okay, after reading it, it sounds kind of freaking strong. Okay. Preservation, 2 set bonus, Spirit Bloom, applies a heal over time effect for 40% of the healing done over 8 seconds. Dream Breath's healing is increased by 15%. Dream Breaths, literally the best healing spell for preservation right now. Okay, yeah, and preservation, like, that's another healer that you see really often in PP, so it's disc and preservation most of the time. 4 set bonus after casting 3 empowered spells. Gain a sense burst immediately in another 3 seconds later. Okay, 3 empowered spells. Um, I don't play preservation, but I've seen them doing pretty well right now. And empower spells means dream breaths. Not really sure. I think it's Spirit Bloom too. Uh, Sounds good. Sounds good. But it's a passive. I'm not really interested in passives abilities. Hunter Beast Mastery to set bonus. Cobra Shot and Kill Command damage increased by 15%. Set bonus. Ah, okay. Flat damage increase. Just boring. Okay. It's cool. We're gonna deal more damage. It's awesome, but it's just flat damage. Okay. I would rather something else. Like, eh, okay, on top of my head, just creating something randomly, maybe every 15 seconds in PvP, you you turn invisible for like 1 second. That's just a random passive that goes through my head, a random idea. That would be awesome. Like something like that. Okay. Um, that's what I would like to see and set tier bonuses. Like straight up damage increase, boring. 4 set bonus, cover a shot, kill command, and multi shot reduce the cooldown on bestial wrath by 1 second. Kind of what your passive abilities and your talent tree were doing anyway, so kind of meh. Marksman, set bonus, arcane shot, chimera shot, and multi-shot deal 10% increased damage and have a 8% chance to grant you a death blow effect. If I'm not mistaken, death blow is your free kill shot. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, but we already have it in the talent tree. So I suppose it's going to be removed and replaced by the set bonus entirely. For set bonus, kill shot damage increased by 15% and kill shot reduces the cooldown of rapid fire and aim shot by 0.5 seconds. Kill shot, kill shot, huge damage, okay? Kill shot already deals a lot of damage. If you've watched my um, marksman hunter guide, you are gonna see that I'm hitting like quite often for 150k damage with kill shot, so I don't think this is gonna stay just like that. It might get nerfed. Survival. 2 set bonus, wildfire bomb, damage increased by 10% and throwing. A wildfire bomb increases the damage of your next skill command by 50%. Nice. Pretty nice. Flat 10% damage increase. And on top of a 50% damage increase. Set bonus for every 25 focus you spend reduces the cooldown of wildflower bomb by 1 second. Okay, so you're gonna be able to spam them a lot more often. Um, I have no coffee remaining. That sucks. Mage, Arcane Mage, really popular spec in Dragonflight. 2 set bonus. Arcane Surge increases spell damage by an additional 5% and its duration is increased by 3 seconds. Okay. Okay, if you didn't know, man, Arcane Surge, big, big, big one shots. Okay, flat 5% increased damage for 3 seconds. Kind of nice. 4 set bonus for every 20k mana spent during Arcane Surge. Your spell damage is increased by 1% for 12 seconds after Arcane Surge fades, stacking up to 30 times. So 30% increased damage plus 5%. That's literally 35 increase percent. 30%, 35% increased damage just like that. Sorry, I can't talk. Fire. That's the freaking four set bonus for Arcane Mage is gonna be disgusting, especially in PvP for those big meaty one shots. Fire. 2 set bonus. Phoenix Flames applies charring embers to all enemies. It damages, increasing their damage taken from you by 6% for 10 seconds. Basically 6% flat damage increase. 4 set bonus when your direct damage spells hit an enemy affected by charring embers 30 times, gain hyperthermia for 6 seconds. Hold on. Fire Mage hyper. Hold on. Hyperthermia. Let's see. Hyperthermia. When hot streak activates, you have a low chance goes all power blasts and flame strikes to have no cast time and be guaranteed critical strikes. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Around 1.6 procs per minute. Okay. Oh, that sounds good, man. That's a baseline. That's a way to automatically trigger hyperthermia, which is actually insane. All power blasts and flame strikes have no cast times and be guaranteed critical strikes. So basically, you can spam um, flame strikes and power blasts. That sounds fun. That sounds really fun, especially paired with heroism, like 30% increased haste. Sounds really good. Frost. Okay, Frost. Uh, Blizzard doesn't like Frost much this expansion. I mean, they still love Frost more than Fire, but you don't see that many Frost mages, especially in battlegrounds, rated battlegrounds. You see kind of a lot of Frost mages in arenas, but is this gonna change the future of Frost mages? 2 set bonus Flurry and Frostbolt damage increased by 20%. Wow, Flurry actually deals a ton of damage if you didn't know. In Flurry causes an explosion on impact, dealing 50% of his damage to nearby enemies. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. It sounds like a cleave mechanic. Sounds pretty good. Casting Ice Lance on a frozen target has an 8% chance to trigger Brain Freeze. Okay, so this is the kind of freaking passive, cool sounding passives that I'm talking about. Like this set right here, you basically gain the ability to spam your most damaging abilities for 6 seconds. Okay, this one right here, It's a passive that rewards you for actually doing the right thing, which is ice lancing on frozen targets. This is what I was talking about. Like freaking PM Hunter, flat 15% increased damage. That's boring. I mean, it's cool, more damage, but it doesn't reward you for playing the right way, okay? So anyways, no more renting. Brewmaster, 2 set bonus, blackout, kick, damage increased by 20%. You have a 10% chance to not reset your elusive brawler stacks on a successful dodge. And those Brewmaster actually dodge like crazy. So that kind of sounds really good. Flat 20% damage increase for Blackout Kick. Uh, so I believe Elusive Brawler is um is a spell, a passive that allows you to dodge stuff. 4 set bonus, Rising Sun Kick grants a stack of Elusive Brawler when you dodge damage and critical strike chance of your next Blackout Kick or Rising Sun Kick is increased by 5%, stacking to 5 times. So 25% increased damage for Rising Sun Kick. Okay, pretty good for a tank. We've seen a lot of Brewmaster recently. They're really freaking strong when played right. Mistweaver, 2 set bonus, renewing misses, has a chance to grant Soul Fang infusion, granting 5% of your maximum mana over 6 seconds. Okay. Mana recovery passive, 5% sounds kinda bad. Set bonus, drinking a tea or gaining Soul Fang infusion increases the healing of your Vivify and renewing misses by 40%. Nice. That's a flat 40% increase. Healing, that's pretty good. Um, Windwalker. Okay. Are Windwalkers gonna be OP or not? Let's see. 2 set bonus, Rising Sun Kick deals increased damage and has a chance to go Nova. Nova? Dealing fire damage to all enemies within 8 yards. That's kind of what? That's kind of weird. That's basically it has a chance to go Nova and explode to everything around you. Okay, cleave damage during your burst. 4 set bonus, your melee auto attacks have a chance to launch a Shadow Flame Spirit at your enemy that duplicates your next 3 abilities at X% effectiveness. It sounds kind of weird. Shadow Flame Spirit at your enemy that duplicates. Okay, so that's we don't see the number right here, but your next 3 abilities will do extra damage basically. That sounds like a buff. That sounds like an AoE buff overall and a consistent damage kind of a freaking buff for the 4 set bonus. Paladin Oli 2 set bonus. Oli shocks critical strikes heal for 15% more and reduce the cooldown of Light's Hammer by 2 seconds and Holy Prism by 1 second. Light's Hammer, don't see that really often. Holy Prism a little bit more. Maybe they're gonna change the talent tree, but right now only Prism. You don't Lights Hammer, man. You don't really see that often. 4 set bonus. Lights Hammer heals 100% more frequently and generates 1 holy power every 4 seconds. That sounds pretty good. Passive holy power generation. Holy Prisms healing is increased by 80% and it generates 1 holy power if cast on an enemy target or 3 if cast on an ally. Ooh. Ooh. That sounds kind of good actually. I think Palin, Holy Pally actually needs a lot of love because right now not a lot of people are playing this spec. Most of the people that want to play a melee healer are playing the melee fist weaver. I don't know how they call it, but that's a melee kind of monk healer. That's kind of weird, but I don't see many holy pallies. Protection. Two set bonus. Avengers shield causes target struck to burn with heart fire, dealing an additional 20% of damage dealt over 5 seconds. Heart fire heals you for 100% of damage it deals. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Passive healing over time effect. Set bonus judgment. Critical strikes can trigger Grand Crusader. Let's see what Grand Crusader is. Um, uh, okay, Grand Crusader. You have a 15% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Avengers Shield. If I remember correctly, Avengers Shield actually silences people, so that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Um, That's pretty good, man. Blanket freaking silences are always good in PvP, and you see a lot of protection paladins in PvP right now. They are really, really, really hard to take down at the moment. So it might make them even better. Um, at just like messing with casters. So, retribution. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, I'm really excited to see the retribution changes because I haven't checked those bonus set tiers as of right now. So let's do it. Two set bonus, judgment and hammer of wrath deal 10% increased damage and 20% increased critical strike damage. I'm hitting for 110k with Judgment during my full burst. So 20% increase critical strike on top of 10% increased damage. So I'm really excited to see that. For set bonus, Judgment increases the damage enemies take from your holy power spenders by an additional 5%. Hammer of Wrath applies judgment to enemies. Let's read that over again, Judgment. Increase the damage enemies take from your. Oh, okay. Okay, it's gonna buff your damage by 5%, but you kind of need to constantly apply judgment before using all of your holy power to actually increase that number. So, Hammer of Wrath applies judgment. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Um, I really hope, I really hope, uh, I really hope patch 10.0.1 is gonna, okay, sorry. I really hope patch point 10.1 is gonna be released soon. I can't wait to try that out. Priest Discipline. Two set bonus. Casting Penance on an enemy also heals a nearby injured ally at 20% effectiveness. Casting Penance on an ally also damages a nearby enemy at 35% effectiveness. Sounds pretty good, actually. Discipline is pretty fun to play this expansion. For set bonus, every 3 casts of Penance grants you Shadow Covenant for 5 seconds and converts that penance to a Shadow spell. Most likely, the Shadow spell is going to deal more damage. That is kind of weird. That is kind of weird. So every 3 casts of penance, you're gonna enter Shadow Covenant. Oh yeah, Shadow Covenant actually increases your damage by a big margin. If I remember, it's like 8 or 12%, something like that for 5 seconds. It sounds pretty good. Since this priest actually healed by dealing damage, that makes sense. For 5 seconds, they're gonna deal a lot more damage. Holy, holy. Two set bonus. Prayer of Mending has a 20% chance to duplicate to another nearby target when it jumps. Wow, that sounds pretty good. That's Prayer of Mending is Prayer of mending. So many people sleep on it, man. You need to dispel that when possible. It's really freaking strong. When prayer of mending jumps, it increases the damage and healing of your next holy word by 4%, stacking to 15%. 15 times, sorry. It sounds pretty good. Basically, 4% times 15 increase healing. That sounds pretty powerful. Especially not that many people dispel prayer mending, so it might be really good since it has a 20% chance to duplicate on another nearby target. So those two set bonuses actually go hand in hand. I'm really interested to see what happens. Shadow. 2 set bonus when consuming shadowy insight. Mind Blast deals 60% increased damage and generates 4 additional insanity. Okay, sounds just like a freaking passive 60% increased damage and insanity regeneration. 4 set bonus every 400 insanity spent summons Shadow Fiend Mindbender for 5 seconds. That sounds kind of cool. Shadow Fiend, if you are talented, right, actually deals kind of a lot of damage. That's literally a passive damage increase, basically. It sounds like it. Rogue, Assassination, 2 set bonus. Rupture and Crimson Tempest deal an additional 33% damage as nature. Ouch. 33% damage increase. Damn, that's gonna be harsh. 4 set bonus when Death Mark expires. Nature damage you deal is increased by 40% for 30 seconds. 40% plus 33%. That is nuts. Okay. Assassination is going to dominate the ladders once again. Outlaw. 2 set bonus damage when Flick applies a Soul Rip, dealing 5% of all damage you deal as physical damage over 8 seconds. Okay. Flat 5% damage increase. Between the eyes unleashes also rips, dealing 200% of all the remaining damage and granting 7% agility for 15 seconds. Okay. That sounds like a lot. 5% plus 200% plus 7% agility. That sounds like a lot. It's kind of cool because Outlaw did not get love from Blizzard at all, and I kind of believe that too few people are actually playing Outlaw right now, so they might enjoy that. Subtlety. 2 set bonus Shadow Dance grants you symbols of death for 10 seconds and extends the duration of rupture by 4 seconds. Wow, symbols of death. If I'm not mistaken, that's their big damage button. Um, a flat damage increase once again for 4 seconds, and it seems like it can proc. Like you can actually spam Shadow Dance, kind of like you got 2 charges if I'm not mistaken. It changes every expansion, so it's kind of hard to keep track of every cooldown the whole game, but it sounds like a lot. Symbols of Death increases the critical strike damage of Eviscerate and Black Powder by 15%. Straight up damage increase for Subtlety. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Elemental. What? Gain Stormkeeper every 40 seconds. That's a free Stormkeeper. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. I can't wait to try that out. 4 set bonus. For 8 seconds after you consume Stormkeeper, your Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst, Ice Fury, and Frost Shock generate 100% more Maelstrom, so that means more Heart Shock, basically. And your Chain Lightning, Lava Beam, and Earthquake critical strike damage is increased by 20%. I can't wait to try that out. Getting a free Stormkeeper proc every 40 seconds sounds like a freaking dream for Elemental, since Stormkeeper actually hits like a truck. I don't know if we get two charges, one charge. I don't know yet, but we are gonna see. Enhancement. Two set bonus. Sundering increases your mastery by 12 seconds. 12%, sorry, for 15 seconds. That sounds like a dream for enhancement. Four set bonus. When Sundering hits a single target, you deal 30% increased physical damage for 15 seconds. When Sundering strikes two or more targets, your next Chain Lightning deals 50% increased damage and refunds 100% of Maelstrom weapon stacks consumed. Okay, enhancement is another spec which does not get much love from Blizzard. That sounds pretty good. Flat 30% increased damage, flat 12% mastery increased. Mastery, I believe is literally your damage for enhancement. That's pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Restoration, two set bonus. When you cast Healing Rain, all allies with your Riptide on them are healed by Tide Waters for 150% of spell power. Okay, really a buff. Four set bonus. Each ally healed by Tide Waters increases your haste by 1% for 6 seconds and increases the healing of your next Riptide by 10%. So it's literally an AoE kind of buff for restoration. Warlock. Affliction. Okay. Vile Taint cooldown reduced by 5 seconds, and Phantom Singularity cooldown reduced by 12 seconds. Vile Taint and Phantom Singularity damage increased by 60%. Phantom Singularity is kind of weak right now, so that's a well needed buff. For set bonus, enemies damaged by Phantom Singularity gain Infirmity for its duration, and enemies damaged by Vile Taint gain Infirmity for 10 seconds, increasing damage taken by 10%. So, flat damage increased. Once again, let's check the note here. The 4 set bonus technically applies infirmity for 2 seconds every time an enemy is damaged by Phantom Singularity. Phantom Singularity deals damage every 2 seconds. So this has the effect of keeping infirmity on target for its duration. Okay, basically making it easier for you to deal damage. Literally it. Demo, this is gonna be great. Set bonus. Demon Bolt damage increased by 15%. Kind of lame. Consuming a demonic core reduces the cooldown of Grimoire Felguard by 1 second. Nice. Grimoire Felguard is one of your big cooldown. Deals a lot of damage. It stuns the target for like 3 seconds. If I'm not mistaken, it's really freaking really strong. 4 set bonus Grimoire. Felguard deals 40% additional damage and empowers your active demons, increasing their damage by done by 20% while active. Okay, so it sounds like the Grimoire Felguard is gonna be part of your burst rotation, not just like just stunning someone, keeping them out of the fight. It's actually going to be needed to burst. Basically, sounds good that you're going to be able to reduce the cooldown faster by casting a lot of Demon Bolt. Sounds pretty good. Destruction, set bonus, channel, Demon Fire Bolts, Immolate, and Incinerate have a 20% chance to fire an additional channel Demon Fire Bolt. That's kind of okay, I guess. Destruction sounds boring. Random stuff. Nah, Back when I started playing WoW, the only character that has its mastery revolving around like randomness was Elemental Shaman. Nowadays, destruction is kind of freaking random, so it doesn't feel like destruction. They should call it like random freaking spec, man. Having your damage based abilities revolving around random is doesn't feel destruction. Doesn't feel like it. 4 set bonus after casting 15 Demon Fireballs. Your next Demon Fireball deals 103% of power, spell power, Shadow Flame damage to target, and 35% of spell power. Shadow Flame damage to enemies within 8 yards. Okay, that's literally freaking AoE cleave. Uh, I don't know. Demon Fireballs. What are those? Let's check it out. Okay. Um, I don't want to sound. It's kind of weird. I don't want to sound sold. I don't like using Demon Fire bolts. I mean, maybe you do. Good for you. But I don't see myself playing with Demon Fire bolts. Maybe if they make it better, if they make that spell better and more fun to use. But nowadays, you just get sitted by 20 melees. No matter what you try to cast, you get interrupted and you get kicked and everything. So, sounds lame. Warrior, Arms Warrior, 2 set bonus, Deep Wounds. Deep Wounds increases your chance to critically strike and critical strike damage dealt to afflicted targets. Flat 10% damage increase to Deep Wounds. Deep Wounds critical strikes have a chance to increase the damage of your next slam by 25%, stacking 10 times and cause it to strike up to, okay, 4 additional targets for 50. Basically, AoE cleave damage for Deep Wounds. Literally it. A chance for a 4 set bonus to trigger its effect increases at a diminishing rate for each target beyond the first. Okay, okay. That's there's a maximum number of targets. Basically, Fury, 2 set bonus, Rampage, damage and chance to critically strike increased by 10%. Flat 10% damage increase. Rampage, critical strikes against your primary target, cause your next Bloodthirst to deal 50% increased damage and generate 2 additional rage, stacking up to 4 times. It also has a 100% chance to critically strike. Okay, it's random whenever you critically strike. Your next Bloodthirst deals 50% increased damage and generates more rage. Stacking up to 4 times, which is also fun and has a 100% chance to critically strike. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, that sounds pretty good actually. Flat damage increase and flat chance to critically strike increase by 10%. And it goes even beyond that by buffing the damage of your critical strike. And also increasing the chance to critically strike again. It's pretty good. Protection. Set bonus. Shield Slam deals 15% increased damage and reduces the cooldown of Last Stand by 0.5 seconds. During Last Stand, these effects are doubled. 4 set bonus for. It sounds kind of okay. Flat damage increase. Last Stand. Last stand. Let's see. Last stand. Wow. Okay. Okay, literally just a healing spell. Okay, it reduces the time it takes for your healing spell to come back basically. For 10 seconds after last 10 ends, Shield Slam unleashes a wave of force dealing damage to enemies in front of you and reduces damage you deal to you by 5 seconds. Sounds like more of a PvE thingy. I don't see quite the use in PvP, and PvE sounds pretty good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Um, I'm gonna try to make more kind of videos. I'm currently focusing on making PvP guide videos for every character in World of Warcraft, so you might want to check that out. And thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day and stay awesome, gentlemen. Take care.